Hello, hello, hello. Um, I'm back from 1 week of holiday in France, so I'm very fresh to tell you something I've noticed in my coaching call on Saturday with the people is the quality of the question you ask in your discovery. Most of the time, the questions are quite average, which means you'll get um, average responses to your questions. And I was thinking, how can I help you guys to get to the real answers of your prospects for you to connect to the emotions. And I was looking at a couple of videos on YouTube, and you've got a lot of people who mention you need to ask those type of questions, you need to work on tonality, which is fine because that's all features. But the backbone of the reason you're not asking good questions is because you don't know the backstory of your prospect, or you're not asking the question to know the backstory of your prospect. That's probably a better way to phrase it. um, and when I say knowing, it's more not knowing, it's understanding the backstory. Is why are they on the call with you there? Because every customer has a backstory. No one is jumping on a call just to spend time with Jan or with David or with Jeff or with Caleb. You all have a backstory. You're not gonna go to a car dealer if you don't have a backstory of cars. You're not gonna go into a sofa shop if you don't have a backstory. You're not gonna go see a doctor if you don't have a backstory. Think about that. So every prospect you have on your sales calls will have a backstory. Now there's 2 points. Is are you willing to understand the backstory? And second, do you want do they want to share it with you? Meaning, are you asking the right questions for them to be willing to share that backstory with you? And the problem is, every customer has a backstory, but they're not willing to share it with you because you're used to bad salespeople. When I say to bad salespeople, is most of salespeople want to understand where the customer is moving to, but they're not willing to ask a question to understand where they're moving from. So, for example, if you're a car dealer, usually they're not gonna ask you, you know, what was your experience with your car? They would ask you, what are you looking for in a car? What are the features? What is the pricing? Everything to the future, but they don't want to spend the time to understand your situation. Why did you come to my car sales store to understand where they're coming from? And I think the question is, and I've seen it from the coaching calls, is people usually do not care enough to learn it. So imagine your doctor, you come and you say, I have a sore throat, and the first thing they ask you is, um, what do you think, which medicine do you think should I give you? So they're already thinking future solution instead of asking you, "Oh, could you tell me what you've done the last 2 weeks?" Oh yeah, yeah. Um, I went skiing. I spent the night out, and I didn't sleep very well. You see. So instead of looking from, they're asking you to. So if you ask the right question from, you're starting to understand the backstory of your patient or your prospect. And this is something which really resonated with me. I heard it today on YouTube, and the guy was like, "It's fun to ask questions, but if you're not willing to understand their backstory, and if you don't care enough, they will not share it with you." I hope that helped. Every Saturday, we have role play where we work on those questions. Let me know if you need any help with sales, ping me or ask me on the base camp, and I see you Saturday.